few seconds to catch up on the actual broadcast.
Did I tell you my computer's here?
No!
Yeah.
That's good.
Turned up Wednesday.
Right. When are you going to spend hours on that then?
Probably tomorrow will be my setting up day.
Right. Right, so the broadcast is launched.
Yeah, and we're live on it.
Ooh.
Turn it up, Clyde, because you'll shit yourself if it comes on. No, still nothing.
Oh,
Michael. Good luck, everyone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV, and welcome to rounds 18 and 19 of the Simability V8 European Supercar Series. It looks like I am only commentating on my own tonight. We possibly have Mr. Wobbly Kneecaps join us later, but our stand-in cameraman is going to help me out. That is Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody. Apologies to anybody watching this if it's not to the usual standard, but it's been a few weeks since I've done the cameras.
I'm sure we can make it up as we go along. We're pretty good at that. Everybody watching, we are at the fantastic Winton track in Victoria, Australia. Now, I'm a Winton virgin, you know. We did go here in the GT4 TCR series earlier on last season, but I was busy at work, so I've never actually watched any racing round here. What have I got to look forward to?
Pit entry is just bizarre. Let me see if I can get us onto pit lane. That doesn't show you pit lane very well, does it? No. We'll have to find somebody who's pitting in order to find that. Let me select somebody different from the list. Let's go and see who's doing what here. Right then, who've we got on the screen at the minute? So we've got Ant Woodward. He's got a good outlap on. We'll have to wait for somebody to go in. So pit lane's a bit weird. Turn 1 and 2 is a gigantic chicane. We'll have to find somebody else that's doing that. Where's Adam? There he is. And really, you want to go slow into turn 1, and it means that when you go through turn 2, you've got enough speed carried forward to get to the third turn ahead of the car in front of you. It's the only way to overtake, really. And then it's lots and lots of what feel like hairpins all the way around, but it's not. I mean, you can see how slowly they're going around some of these turns here. Let me give you something to look at, which isn't. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So yeah, there's lots of slow turns, lots of heavy acceleration points. A few big straights. You can see that Kenzie's on this straight here at the moment, and then you can see pit entry just there, and it goes off to the left, and you go on your own little racetrack for a while before you actually enter pit road. It's a bit of a phenomenon, to be honest. So we'll get into that later on.
Yeah, just looking at the track map, it looks like a fun track to drive.
Yeah.
And normally the ones that look fun are the ones that end up being very, very good races. Now, it's only a 1.86 mile lap, so we'll probably get a lot of laps in tonight, Pete. I have got some inside information somewhere, which I will dig out shortly. Let's have a look at the standings, because Chris Jackson, I did some maths, because it's got an S on the end, just for all you North Americans, earlier, and what I didn't realise is Chris Jackson has already won.
Oh.
It is impossible for anybody behind him to catch him. Now, I know Chris isn't racing tonight. Both Logan and Ella are ill, so get well soon, Logan and Ella. But ultimately, it doesn't matter because he's already sewn the championship up. But, and there is a but to it, second place is still wide open. And by my calculations, all the way down to 7th place. So Tyler Newitt, Rob Woodhouse, Simon Trendle, Kenzie Newhoff, Tony Kloosterman and Adam Wright are all in with a shout of finishing second in the championship. Don't forget, we do have one more round coming after this. We've got the sprint and feature tonight, so a 30-minute and a 1-hour race, and then we do have a 2-hour endurance race from Laguna Seca to finish the season. In the team championship, that's not quite done and dusted. NQR North America currently lead the way with 2205, BSTV Sports Green with 1673, and NQR Europe with 1465. After the last outing, interestingly, the Logan Jackson Safe Driver Award is currently headed by Ivan Barmans, with Rob Woodhouse in second and Chris Jackson in third. Chris Jackson also leads the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award with 49 overtakes this season. Kenzie Newhoff is in second with 37, and I've done a bit of a typo, so I have no idea who's in third on 36. Head-to-head, there is no head-to-head this week. The finals are on the last round, but the third-fourth playoff will be between Vincent Skilbeck and Tony Kloosterman, and the final will be between Adam Wright and Chris Jackson. Last time out was Road America. The sprint race was won by Marco Nemela, with Kenzie Newhoff second, Simon Trendle third. And then Marco Nemela did the double by winning the feature race with Simon Trendle in second and Chris Jackson in third. So, Pete,
yeah.
We haven't got a massive grid tonight. I think we've got 11 drivers on the grid at the moment. And I know this car is a totally different beast to the GT4s and TCRs, but would we be expecting much spinach tonight?
Yeah, we got, as you saw on the track map earlier, let me bring it back up again. Where is that? Diddly-diddly-dee, here it is. You've got two very critical hairpins with what is effectively another hairpin in between, right at the top of the track map there. And then you've got another one at the end of the straight that comes down from that second or third hairpin, which is very, very tight. Where is Simon on track? He's bailing out of this lap, I think, or he's setting up for another one or something. But he's going round that unbelievably long left-hander. He's setting himself up or pulling over, one of the two. And then you've got the two turns at the end of the lap. They're very sharp, and you want to take them as fast as you can. And because you're trying too hard, ultimately, you get quite a lot of people going wide and spinning in the last two turns, and you'll see them in heading to pit road so they don't get other penalties and things like that. But I think Simon's about to get on the good stuff at the minute. He's approaching the last two turns, so if I talk you through this lap, how long have we got before we go? I can't think. A few minutes. So that's the first of the two turns. The back end wants to stick out, and that gravel out there is very slippy. That's the last turn, and then you're on this this draft train start finish, and you've got this chicane at the end of here. It's a big broad chicane. You can take a lot of the curb, but don't take too much because it's on the new rules. And then you do this squirt over the brow of the hill and into turn 3. And this is pretty sharp, as you can see on the track map there. Let me get rid of the track map because that's probably going to be annoying everybody. Into this other right-hander, and then you're heading down to this long, long left-hander. It goes on forever. I've not raced the V8 in this on this track. And then you switch back. That's going to make people spin right there. Then you pull into this first hairpin. Simon's taking it very carefully. He's very, very controlled. This is basically another hairpin, and then guess what? Hairpin number 3. Then you get a little bit of a straight, thankfully. But it feels very painful and laborious, doesn't it, Clyde? It feels so slow going through there.
Yeah, still looks fun.
It will be, yeah, absolutely. And then down this shorter straight towards the penultimate turn again. Pit lane entry is on the left here, and it disappears off. It naffs off to the left over there, and you go on your own little racetrack, like I said before. And then that's the last turn again. So and he's got a lot of wheel spin coming out of there, and he's bailed on the lap. So, interesting bit of racing, that.
Yeah, so I found my inside information. So we are looking at the sprint race is going to be 23 laps. Feature race is going to be 44-45. Drivers are not going to need a lot of fuel because obviously it's not a very long lap. And tyre wear could be an issue. As Pete just described with his little track guide there are a lot of turns, so the tyres are going to get a hammering. And the other thing, again, that Pete pointed out, which my inside information has given me, it just says pit lane tricky. So yeah, it's going to be interesting in that feature race, Pete. If well, I say if, when drivers decide to pit, it could make or break a race.
Oh yeah, definitely. This track's quite. I can't remember whether this one was very heavy on fuel or not. I think it is, because you've got all those heavy acceleration points out of all those hairpins. I mean, I know you're off the gas all the way through there pretty much, but in the cars that I've driven it in, which is the TCR and the Formula 4, IRO4, it was pretty heavy usage, to be honest. So I think you've got to be very careful what you do in your pit strategy. I think there's going to be an undercut tonight.
Yeah, well, the pit window looks fairly big when we get into the feature race, so that could lend itself to lots of different strategies. Evening to Stacey on the chat, that's Stacey Woodward. Hope she's doing okay. Hope married life is treating her well, and there's no talk of divorce yet. Where are we? We are almost 12 minutes into the 15-minute qualifying session. Interestingly, Simon Trendle leads the way. Now, I know Simon, we say this before, Pete, he is one of those annoying people that can jump in anything and drive it, but it's only been recently that we've seen him up towards those top steps of the podium, but he certainly looks like he's got all his junk in the trunk at the moment.
Yeah, he's quickly getting onto the must-hate list. Because, and what I mean is, he's one of those people that has become brilliant in all cars. He takes it obviously very seriously, but he's unbelievably capable in all vehicles. Jamie is also one of those people, but Jamie doesn't float to the very top like Simon does at the moment. Simon's right up there each time. He's a bit of an Adam Wright, because Adam's now like featuring at the top of leagues all the time. Wobbly, he just needs to be beaten anyway. But yeah, he's one of those people that has taken to lots of different car types very easily.
Yeah, like you say, which is annoying, but nice to see him up the top. My only concern, Simon's starts don't tend to be that good, do they, Pete?
Well, neither of the Chimera cars get off the line very well. As Ant Woodward goes round.
He won't mind us mentioning that, but hopefully he's been practicing. Vincent Skillbeck currently up there in second, with Adam Wright in third. Just about 90 seconds left of this qualifying session, which is about 72 laps around here.
Yeah, laps don't last very long, do they? 1 minute 19 laps. It's not much in a V8. It's a bit like what is it Bill normally says, flying fighter jets around a teacup.
Yeah.
Not quite Oran Park though, is it? I mean, that was
no.
That was getting silly. That was getting silly. That one race we did there. They were basically nose to tail around the entire track. We had that many V8s. Not quite the same today. Vincent Skillbeck. I know it's on home turf technically, isn't it? But wow.
For me, Vincent should be up there every time we race. I don't know if it's bad luck, bad judgment. He gets caught up in so many first lap incidents.
Yeah.
And I think if so I don't know if it's bad luck or bad judgment, but if his luck changed or he changes his judgment, or just purely qualifies better, I hope that Vincent's around for next season, and I expect him to be up there challenging.
Yeah, so I think we've just tripped over.
We certainly have.
Okay,
so let's bring up your starting grid. So, going off from pole position, Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. In second, Vincent Skilbeck for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green in third, and Woodward NQR Europe in fourth. Tony Kloosterman NQR North America in fifth. Kenzie Newhoff Racing Forces in sixth. Rob Woodhouse NQR Europe in seventh. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera in 8th, and Nikolai Bogotyrev, NQR Europe in 9th. 10th is JB Dejoux for LMT Racing, and hopefully we will have Ivan Bowmans for Track Velocity Racing going off from 11th as the cars start to grid.
Yeah, look at where Vincent's gridded. He's basically on the start line. I don't understand that.
Okay. I have no idea.
No, nor do I. Tony Kloosterman's a surprise there. Look at that, they're side by side.
Yeah.
That's different. I didn't know that happened at Winton, did you?
I no idea. Absolutely no idea. Chris Jackson on the chat evening saying watch out for turn 1 drama.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, lights are coming on. We're going to find out very shortly, and we're on our way. Good start by Vincent.
Really, like a rocket. Ooh. Oh no, Adam. Oh, and he's taking out Simon.
There is the drama. That's 2 of the guys at the top of the championship.
So that's...
What can they salvage?
Yeah. I don't even need to replay it, Clyde. I was on it.
Yes. And that has shuffled Anne Woodward up to second and Kenzie Newhoff into third.
Certainly has.
So Jamie Wilson currently hoping for a red flag. He's beaten Simon Trendle.
Yeah. Inner team rivalry there, I'm sure. I bought a craft ale to drink while I was doing this. I've just taken a swig of it and it's vile. It's absolutely hideous.
I don't like any of them.
No.
Will be nice to see a replay at some point, Pete, of what happened. See if we can
Well, it's fairly...
pin the tail on the donkey.
Yeah, it's fairly calm at the moment. I'm just watching Ant going around the last turn there. So let's go and have a look at what happened towards the start. Side by side, and then... Ooh.
Yeah, I think Simon got some air on the curb, didn't he? Which looked like bounced him into Adam.
Let's see if this shows it a bit more, because they look separate. Is that a solid air moment?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Simon was on 2 wheels and heading towards Adam. Whether he touched him or not, I don't know. But,
Yeah. This is a weird one, this.
You just watch his car there. Luckily, nobody else was involved.
Yeah, so... That's very strange, that.
Well, those two have got it all to do now.
So, back to live racing.
Yeah, Vincent Skilbeck checking out at the moment.
Yeah, he's got himself a bit of a lead, hasn't he?
Well, evening to Russell Cowell. He'll be telling us that he's joining the league shortly.
Yeah, he does that, doesn't he? He's probably joining several hundred leagues. Oh, right, Chris wants an onboard of... JB. JB, where you going, mate? Let's have a look. I bet this isn't even... Oh, it is a crash. Oh, it is. That's the replay, so... I don't know where he's lost it, but he's out in the wild here.
Yeah, as we say, he's paying to get back in.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's just go back and have a look at Simon. Right then, let's see if we can make this work. This is for Chris. So he wanted to see if he lost it. If he lost the rear. Doesn't look like it to me.
No, he had to turn right because the car was looking like it was going to roll over.
Yes, it did.
And unfortunately, Adam was there.
So back live. Kenzie in third. Vincent. See if we can get a better camera on his lead. It's not that big, is it?
No, it's come down. It was 1.4 seconds. It's now 1.2.
Yeah.
And Woodward did do the fastest lap, but I think that's now been beaten by Adam Wright.
Yeah, Adam's on a bit of a recovery drive here. As is Simon. This is probably the best battle on track here. Kenzie closing in quickly now on Ant Woodward.
Yeah, which again will help Vincent.
Ooh, look at that. Who's that behind? Tony Kloosterman. Half a car.
Ooh.
Look, there's no back end on it.
What's happened there?
I don't know. I've got nothing on the event tracker. Interesting. Half a car Kloosterman again, eh?
Yeah, well, that will give Adam Wright some... once he can see that car in the distance and see that it's damaged.
And Woodward getting wild there as well. Do you see that?
So that little train there, Ant Woodward, Kenzie Newhoff, Jamie Wilson, and then Nikolai and Tony not that far off the back.
No.
Simon Trendle trying to make back some places. That's Bob Woodhouse in front of him.
Oh, I've got a different beer now and it's awesome. I like Ivan's paint job now. It's good, isn't it?
Yes, I must admit I like that as well. Looked like a little bit of a mistake there from Simon Trendle. There was a lot of tyre smoke.
Right, he's probably spinning them up on a charge.
Yeah,
He's got damage on the right. Oh no, that is the right hand side. That's fine. Me being stupid. Sorry.
Remember to look at your shoes, Pete, when talking about left and right.
Yeah. Sorry, when I was talking, we missed this. Ooh, there's a touch.
That's a
It was
great
good though.
game,
It was
to
though,
be
wasn't it?
honest.
Yeah.
I think he took Ant by surprise there.
So back live. Don't know why my transitions aren't working. Oh, they are working. That's fine.
Russell Cowell is saying that Pete may be quicker if he got drunk pre-race.
I'll do that anyway. He's just not noticed. Oh dear. It's not just wobbly. All right, what's going on back here? Jamie now has got Ant Woodward in his sights.
Yeah. Ant seems to have lost his pace at the moment.
He's been a bit twitchy going around some of the corners.
Yeah, do you reckon he's overheated them boots?
Possible, yeah. He takes some of the corners very differently to the drivers around him as well.
Let's hope he hasn't done too much damage because we're only...
Oh! Oh, drifting from Jamie Wilson.
Adam Wright is definitely closing in on Tony Kloosterman. Still a bit of a gap, but it's visually coming down.
Yeah. This is going to be on shortly.
Yeah, we've seen Simon a lot closer than this, but obviously then there was that small mistake.
Yeah.
But he's certainly coming back at him again. And Russell's saying that this track is a nightmare for tyres in the TCR, so he can't imagine what it's like in the V8.
I think we managed to curse Simon Trendle before the race started. And Adam, because we were talking about them both being aliens in new cars, and they've both ended up in the same crash. I think we've absolutely hexed the hell out of them.
But you know what we didn't see properly?
What, go on?
Simon's start.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a shocker.
Let's have a look.
Bear in mind, he is the pole man.
Let's have a look at his start here. That looks okay. First phase.
Didn't it? Yeah, but Vincent still managed to rock it away from him. And then that.
Let's have a listen. Matt Elmore, Pete would have spun a few times by now. That's cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah,
second phase, it wasn't so good, was it?
It would have been more than a few, wouldn't it?
Right, back to where we were. So this is very much the closest battle that we have at the moment.
And is really wagging the tail at the moment.
What,
Mike
further
Frost,
forward?
Good evening. What happened to Tony? We have absolutely no idea.
Well, that's kind of where he qualified.
I think Mike might be talking about the damage.
Oh, of course. As soon as I switched to him, I realised what Mike was on about. Sorry, Mike. We don't know. It's not on any of my event trackers, that's for sure. It's one for an interview later on, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Simon Trendle is not managing to get the best of Bob Woodhouse here, is he?
Here's a thought out loud.
Yep.
Did Tony have to check up because of the Simon Trendle Adam Wright incident and somebody ploughed into the back of him?
Let's have a look, because that's worth a look, isn't it? Right, here we go.
Just a guess.
So, Tony from up here. Yep, there you go. He got hit by his own teammate. Good call, good call. See, I knew there was a reason you were on these broadcasts. Right, back live again. Chris Jackson has just cursed Adam for 2 races now. We've done the first one, he's done the second one.
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose.
He has, yeah. Strong hexes. Ooh, Simon's getting very agitated. Do you see that?
Yeah, do you know, I can't imagine him agitated.
No, he's a very calm. Look at this, though.
I think it's... Is he trying to be distracting?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. If he flashes his lights, so I'll disqualify him. And Bob, what else? I think is the car, looking at the damage on the front of it, that hit Tony at the start.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh,
yes.
look at this. He's having it here. He's having a go anyway.
He's
Round the outside.
outside.
That's not going to work. It's too long a turn. Dive down the inside.
Now
That'll
he
work.
can.
Yeah.
That's the same move that Kenzie pulled on Ant Woodward.
Yeah, but the next
They
turn.
went to a left, didn't they?
Yeah, it's gonna balance off again, and Bob's gonna keep this, I think. Cut back maybe.
Yeah, Simon tried to turn in, but there was already a car there.
Yep. It's a good little battle, this. I was gonna say that Nikolai's getting close attention from Tony, but
Yeah, and Woodward. Adam Wright is now only a second and a half off the back of this battle.
I think Vincent is slowly getting cut down by Kenzie now.
Still 1.2 seconds.
Yeah. There's your leader. I'm going to have to go back to this battle because it's a bit too heated. You can't leave it. And these two drivers are usually higher up than this.
Yes.
Ooh! Oh, that was close. He's trying the same tactic again.
It's the same move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dive up the inside now. Bob hasn't covered it off.
No.
But yeah,
Didn't
you
need
get
to.
that dive done. No. It does look like his best place for an overtake if you can't out-drag him down the straight.
I think he's got him now. I think this is done.
Yeah, it's a right next, isn't it?
And another one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that episode complete. Oh, we've got some close racing here now as well. Tony's caught Nikolai.
Well, I think it's more Nikolai's dragging Tony.
Right, because yeah, look at
Tony's
Adam.
got anything for him.
Yeah.
But that little battle there with Simon and Bob has cost Simon about 7 seconds onto this battle.
Definitely. Tell you what, again, this league shows us that we don't need massive fields, does it?
No, do you know what? We're halfway through.
Really? Oh yeah.
Adam Wright can see most of the cars in front of him.
I know, yeah. There's not much between them, really.
No.
I mean, Jamie Wilson's got a bit of a gap behind him, but you can see Adam in that picture.
Yeah, so that was 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all in the same shot.
And when you get into the twisty bits, they'll probably all be in the same shot. Hang on a minute. Vincent's getting caught here.
Yeah, that's come down. That's 0.8. It's under a second now.
Yeah.
Will Kenzie try the same move on Vincent that he did on Anne, or with Vincent being a resident of Australia, do you reckon he'll be a little bit too wise for that one?
No, it's a tried and tested formula, according to Kenzie. He's done it once, it worked. Why not try it again? I tell you what, look at this.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be long.
He's quick, isn't he, once he gets going? Adam Wright in the slipstream of Tony.
Not sure what sort of defence Tony will have, but
He's got no rear spoiler.
yeah, but we know that sometimes that doesn't make a slight
No.
difference, does it?
True, yeah. we've both driven these things with no rear wing, and it's not made any difference whatsoever.
Tony probably doesn't even know that it's missing.
No. He'll know he'd been hit, obviously, because that wasn't a light tap, was it?
But now does Tony start defending to protect his stablemate in front?
Well, that would be sensible. I tell you what, this track looks more fun in the V8 than it did in the TCR. It does, honestly. I didn't get to race that week, but the officials were brilliant in the TCR, but this looks so much more fun.
Turn 1 carnage in the officials?
Yeah, without a doubt. It was already mentioned by, I think it was Chris, wasn't it? Yeah, turn 1 drama, he said. Oh, Tony's having to push now. And he's having to push Nikolai.
And Nikolai's not liking being pushed.
I don't think so.
I think Nikolai's driving at his personal limits.
Oh, look at it. That's a send. No, it's not. That was a threat, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a hello, I'm here. Gonna get past you whether you like it or not.
Just going to leave this for a second, just to see what's going on here. Because that's closing slowly as well.
Yeah, there's still 10 minutes to go, so nobody has to do anything rash at the moment.
True enough. See the line difference there. Adam takes a really wide line so he can straight line the late apex on that previous corner now. Brings him right onto the boot lid of, if he had one, of Tony Kloosterman.
Ooh, Adam a little bit wild there.
Are you able to translate Chris's message?
I think what Chris is getting at is the fight for P2 in the championship.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay. Cheers, Chris.
It's just, he explained it in a Canadian way.
What, with maple syrup? So, Adam must have made an error somewhere along the way here because he's dropped back.
Well, we did see him wagging the rear end, so that certainly doesn't help.
Have you seen that Simon's taken 2 seconds out of Adam?
Well, he will do now because Adam's stuck.
Yeah.
Adam can see 6th and 5th in front of him, and 4th isn't that far up the road. Neither is 3rd, to be honest.
No, it's only a
He's not
second.
going to get any higher than that, but if he could get these 2 done quickly, that would give him a chance on the next 2.
Yep. Chris clearly thinks she can speak Canadian very well.
There you go, see? It's because I'm related to the Queen.
I was going to say, when are you going to start on English? Right, so Adam's best chance was here, but Tony's kind of intimated that he's going to cover it off anyway by staying to the right-hand side there. I wonder if anybody on the chat did the official last night. Because I didn't watch it this time. I was busy getting shot in Germany somewhere.
Yeah, I must admit I didn't see it either as I was working.
Yeah, I usually watch it because it's really good fun. It's gonna nip to. Ooh, I can't move away from this. I'll keep watching the times, but
this is on now.
Yeah. Oh, he's letting it roll in. Oh, and Tony's lost it. Oh no. Oh.
There was definitely no contact there.
Miles apart, but I think putting Tony onto the dirty bit of the track and having no rear wing, I think that did have an effect that time.
It's dropped Tony down to 9th.
Yeah. Let's just have a quick look at it again from a different angle. So he was right on him.
Yeah, there was a little touch there.
And then he's
And then-
just
yeah,
let it
Tony's
roll.
out.
Oh, he was on the dirt already.
he
Oh,
is,
right,
yeah.
okay, that makes sense now.
Wheel on the dirt,
Yeah.
away it went.
Couldn't see it from the other camera angle. So back to live.
Adam was very lucky there that he didn't get collected again.
Absolutely. Right, so how long have we got left?
We've got
6
6.5 minutes.
Yeah. Kenzie's stalking his prey now, isn't he? Definitely.
Yeah, he's right in that zone now.
Tell you what, Adam has the bit between his teeth now, because he's already caught up to the back of Nikolai.
Yeah, I think that if he gets past Nikolai, that might be as far as he goes.
What, with the time left, you mean?
Yeah, that.
It's a big gap, isn't it, to Jamie now?
He's now to Jamie, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't look big visually.
No. Right, let's go back to the leaders.
Yeah, I don't expect Vincent is going to fall for any tricks.
No, and you'd expect that, probably not in the iRacing service, but in other games, with this being an Australian track. Ooh, wow! I thought he was going to smash straight into the back of him, did you?
It did look weird, didn't it?
It did. That was just bizarre. Anyway, I reckon in other games that you can probably get in Australia, there's been many laps done by Vincent Skilbeck at Winton.
I would have thought so.
I've never seen this track on another game. Oh, look at Kenzie. He's hanging it out all over trying to get past him. That's brilliant racing, though. You see how close they were together?
Yeah, and that's... there's some bravery in that.
Yep. And look at that. Vincent's bolted to the inside line there.
These two are on opposite sides of the world.
Yes.
Ooh. Thought he had a little run
Yeah,
there.
me too.
Sideways round the last corner.
Just going to see what's going on back here, because this is an opportunity now for Adam. He's in a slipstream down the start-finish straight, but he's not near enough. You can't get any closer. It's already 0.1 of a second. Is he going to do what he did to Tony and just let it roll through? No. Tony was wide on that turn, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I can hear somebody's engine running slow around here somewhere. Oh, it's just this corner, isn't it? So about this point, these two will be heading down to the penultimate turn again, but they're miles apart this time in comparison.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes to go.
Well, everybody should be getting an urgency call from their pit box now.
Jamie Wilson,
What?
7th place. He was 4th.
Oh. Hang on, I've got him coming back on track, but I've not got him leaving the track, that's why. Oh, there you go. Ooh, super wide. He's just got a bit on the dirt, I think. Alright, this one might do it. Hang on just a minute. There we go.
Watches his teammate go past him in disgust.
Yeah. So what happened then? Oh, he got a curb.
Bit of
He got-
curb,
yeah.
Sideways onto the dirty stuff.
Yeah. Alright, so there is much going on at the moment. There's this. There's this now as well. So Ant has caught these two because they're messing about.
2 minutes to go.
And we need to see this, I think, which happened while we were watching Jamie, because I think this is the reason that Ant is on them. So bear with me. Oh, squabbling for it. Kenzie's lost the back end. Nearly kept it. And then, hello. G'day.
Comes back.
G'day. Kind of don't want to leave the replay, to be fair. There we go. He claimed it back. So that's why Ant is with these guys now. This is the closest battle on track.
Yeah, they're going to get one more lap after this. Vincent desperate for Ant to make a move on Kenzie to slow him down.
Yeah.
Adam has got past Nikolai into fourth.
Yes, literally happened a second or two ago. A little nudge there coming out of, I don't know what the turns are called. It's that new. I don't know any of the names of the turns if they have them.
Yeah, to be fair, Nikolai did leave the door wide open.
He did, yeah. I've seen people defend positions a lot more strongly than that, and Nikolai's main problem now is this. Simon Trendle's got him as well. Or caught him, rather. I don't know where to put the cameras next, Clyde.
I would put it on the front battle, mate.
Yeah.
That's where the action's going to be.
Oh, I don't know, because... He was nearly pushing him round the corner. That's crazy. As soon as I moved the camera off Simon, he was like in there like swimwear. But here we are at the front.
Yeah, Vincent Skilbeck looks like he's going to hold on for his second ever win in this championship.
Is this the last lap? Now?
It is.
Oh, it is, right.
The
So,
checkers.
there you go.
So, Vincent Skilbeck brings it home for Wheelie Bin's Mayhem Republic. Kenzie Newhoff, Valiant second, and Ant Woodward in third. Nikolai, I can tell you, did hold off Simon Trendle.
And his teammate followed him home. Well, that was action-packed, wasn't it?
Yes,
Whew,
we
knackered.
certainly had a lot of battles there.
Yeah.
And the second race is going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to see Ivan Bowman's on pole.
It is, yeah.
And Tony Kloosterman, I don't know why I was going to call him Tooney Kloosterman. Perhaps it should be Tooney Klosterman. Yeah, he's going to be right alongside Ivan, and I wouldn't bet against Tony going into turn one in first place.
No, not at all.
Okay, so we'll just wait for the session to click over and we will bring you the official results.
Yeah, so hopefully what I just clicked
presses the right button.
Yeah, hopefully I've just clicked the right button. I don't know exactly what my thing is doing. Oh, because I need to do this, don't I?
There we go. So, for, I believe, his first win this season and only his second win in this championship, Vincent Skilbeck takes away the sprint race victory for Wheelie Bin's Mayhem Republic. Kenzie Newhoff came home second for Racing Forces, and Woodward's third for NQR Europe. Adam Wright with a great recovery drive in fourth for BSTV Esports Green, and Nikolai Bogotyrev in fifth for NQR Europe. The two Team Chimera cars were next. Simon Trendle in sixth and Jamie Wilson in seventh. Rob Woodhouse came home in 8th for NQR Europe. Tony Kloosterman was 9th for NQR North America. Ivan Bowmans for Track Velocity Racing in 10th. And rounding out your field was JB Dejoux for LMT Racing in 11th. So, Pete, this... How do you call this feature race? You would...
Turn one's going to be nasty.
Turn one, yes. Do we get something happening in turn one or not? That is the question. Tony Kloosterman, by virtue of that spin in race one, has put himself in a prime location for a race two feature race victory, but he's got hard chargers coming behind him. Adam Wright is halfway up that grid. We've seen the pace that Kenzie Newhoff and Vincent Skilbeck have got. It's a turn one carnage. The seas can open for a lucky driver. And then throw into it, these guys are going to have to make a pit stop. And we've already said, and I'm sure we're all going to see it, we're actually watching Ivan go into the pits now. No, he's not. He's bailed.
He's just reset because it's about an hour from there to his pit box.
But that could throw up even more questions. It's going to be a fascinating hour-long race, I think, and I also think, Pete, we're going to see numerous different tactics. My inside information says, people can pit as early as lap 10 or 11.
That seems very early, doesn't it?
That's going to give them particularly dead tyres at the end of the race. More than likely, people will probably go halfway, you would think, about lap 22. But then, if you can come in as early as lap 10, you must be able to stay out till about lap 30, 31, 32 if needed. So there could be undercut, there could be people going halfway, there could be overcut. How do you call it?
I don't know that, because it's the first race we've done at this racetrack in the V8, so it's a bit. You can see the pit lane there; it's massive, isn't it? It's one of those that it's going to be brilliant because we don't know what's going to happen. We've raced at places like Spa a few times, Oran Park a few times, and Lime Rock every season. As Bob Woodhouse goes round and rearranges the front of his car. I think this one's going to be interesting because we just don't know what they're going to do.
No, and we've got drivers in this field that will try different things depending on how their race is going. We've seen. I fully expect if Vincent is anywhere up near the front when the pit lane opens, I expect him to stay out. I think he'll run it dry, get some fresh tyres for the last 10, 15 laps and then just try and drive past everybody.
Yes.
But he's got a long way to go to get up there. Yeah, it is. It's going to be fascinating. I certainly don't think. I hope the drivers are not listening because they'll probably do it on purpose. But I don't think we're going to get all the drivers pitting on the same lap.
No, not with a pit lane like that. Not where you've got such a long route to the end. I'm going to leave you to talk about what's coming up in the next few days or weeks, while I go and do something indescribable.
Okay, well, I have absolutely no idea what's coming up in the next few days or few weeks. Apart from Season 9 of the BSTV GT4 TCR series starts on Wednesday. Please go to our website if you want to sign up for that. Next Sunday, we have brought the Poopcast forward a week. We've got another iRacing WAG lined up for your entertainment, as long as the usual features where we talk about all of our racing leagues and also Garage 101. Also, starting first weekend in July, the Grand Touring Club Cup is back for Season 3 using the 8 fantastic GT3 cars. Again, visit the website. Sign-ups are open on there. If it's anything to go by the first 2 seasons that we did, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But maybe not as fantastic as the tactics are going to be in this feature race in the V8s. Really, really looking forward to this one because the more you look at it, the more you realise you can't call it. Let's just have a look at that second place battle, shall we? So... Adam Wright, yeah, he came home 5th, didn't he? Tony Kloosterman was P nowhere. Kenzie Newhoff got a 2nd. Simon Trendle, he got a 6th, I believe. No, 7th. Rob Woodhouse was back there in P nowhere with Tony. So probably advantage Kenzie and Adam. But bear in mind there are double the points in a feature race compared with a sprint race. Excuse me. So Chris Jackson is saying he would pit lap 10 if he was starting at the back. If he was Tony, he would stop midway. But as we saw in race 1, any kind of turn 1 shenanigans, shall we say, that might just change that. Chris is now telling me that he can try and jump on in the commentary.
Oh.
So let's bring him in. He's on his phone. We'll see what the connection is like. Welcome to the booth, Chris Jackson.
Evening, gentlemen. How are we doing?
There you go. Not too bad at all. What did you think of race 1 then?
It was, I think, what we kind of expected around a tight little track like this. More passing than I thought would happen, so that was really good. But I think it's going to be an exciting race too.
Yeah, and I was just reading your tactical inside information there on the chat. It is really, isn't it, one of those races that's very hard to go into with a fixed strategy. It's sort of get to the pit window, see where you are, and then decide which strategy you're going to go with from there.
Definitely. If I was in the race, my strategy would be, if turn 1 shenanigans happen and I was able to make a few passes, I would try and just stay within the leaders and fuel save, and then probably do a short fill undercut and then just hope for clean air. But if turn one goes well for everyone and I was stuck at the back, I would most likely come in as early as possible and run a clean, easy tire race to try and have some rubber at the end, and hopefully the others kind of fight and battle. So you never really know, but you kind of have to be adaptable and have multiple game plans, and if this happens you do this, if that happens you do that. So kind of interesting to see what will happen here. So I do look to see Simon and Adam possibly doing, and Kenzie. They're good on their tires lately, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them come in early and maybe jump a few people. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for.
And what do you think to the possibility of, I don't know, say you're up the front, running really long, probably losing a bit of time to some people behind you, but then coming out on fresh boots and smashing it?
And saying exactly, like if Tony gets a good start here and he takes off and he has a good lead, I'd be looking at the delta to everyone else and seeing if other drivers are holding up the people who may undercut, and then that can give you an idea to say, hey, I'm not under so much pressure to pit and cover them off. I might be able to run longer and then have the fresh rubber at the end. So if I was Tony and I got away from everyone, that's kind of what I'd be looking for.
Okay, so let's bring you your starting grid for tonight's feature race. So, Ivan Bauman's goes off on pole position for Track Velocity Racing. Tony Kloosterman in second for NQR North America. Rob Woodhouse is third for NQR Europe. Jamie Wilson in fourth for Team Chimera with teammate Simon Trendle in fifth. Sixth is Nikolai Bogotyrev for NQR Europe. Seventh, Adam Wright, BSTV Esports Green. Eighth is Ant Woodward, NQR Europe. Ninth, Kenzie Newhoff, Racing Forces. 10th, Vincent Skilbeck, Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. And JB Dejoux for LMT Racing rounds out your grid.
Top 10.
So, Pete, how much is Ivan Bauman's shaking at this moment?
I once ended up in this situation and I code browned it all the way to turn one and crashed. So, probably very similar.
Something very, very spooky has happened.
What's that?
Cake has appeared on my desk and I didn't see anybody come in my man cave.
Oh my god.
That is really weird.
Did Dave deliver it?
Possibly. No, I wouldn't have smelt him.
Here we go. Lights.
Lights are coming on. Who gets the best start?
Oh,
Tony.
Oh, Jamie. Stalled it nearly.
Jamie. He's going to the back.
He is. And Tony's away. Tony's gone.
Yeah, it was a shocker from Ivan, to be honest. Obviously not as bad as Jamie Wilson's start.
Why haven't I used that camera before? Ivan, stick it on the good stuff, mate.
Yeah, Ivan just didn't go.
No. Look at this. Kloosterman with miles of track.
Yeah,
oh my god! Oh! What was that?
Kenzie Newhoff.
He's just taken about five positions in half a corner. That was hilarious. Oh!
More trouble for Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, Jamie's promoted himself to the back of the grid nearly. Oh god, that was funny. I want to watch that again.
I'd like to see that from Kenzie's onboard.
That was crazy. Where does it start? Let me see. I'll let it run for a bit, and then we'll find it when everybody calms down. Look at that. Challenge for second place nearly here. Oh no, it's not. Third place.
That's the third, yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Kenzie again. Oh.
Kenzie's on a charge.
Is he? I hadn't noticed. Oh, his rear tyres knew about it though.
He was nearly on a charge into the wall then.
Yes. Yeah, he was. 4 cars that you can throw a very small handkerchief over. Jamie Wilson hanging out in the background.
All right, Chris, what does Tony do from here? Does he try and disappear into the distance? Does he try and maintain this gap? Bearing in mind he's got 2 teammates behind him at the moment. What would you do?
It's kind of ideal for Tony right now, I'd say. Nikolai proved that he was tough to pass last race, so I think he'd be hoping that Nikolai keeps Simon there, and he just keeps eking away a bit of a lead there. So it's looking good for Tony right now.
Look at these behind Adam. Oh, hip check.
Well, Anne Woodward has got himself between Kenzie and Adam.
I think it's more Kenzie's got himself now.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. Look at Adam.
Whoa. Evasive manoeuvre there from Vincent.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the feature sprint race.
Yeah, no, they've not. Nobody's told them, have they?
It's tight there. Look, this. Who's in front of Adam? That's Simon, isn't it? So Simon and Adam have got in front of Nikolai. So
Yes.
Tony Kloosterman has only got 1 tail gunner now.
He's got the fastest time so far, though. Last lap round, but we're gonna probably beat that now.
Yeah, Simon Trendle's got some clear air.
Yeah, I think this is just a tire management race now, and see who holds onto their tires and pit strategy. So going to be very exciting. I think this could be, like you said, a sprint feature. It's going to feel like a sprint for the next 55 minutes.
Oh, Vincent. Thought he was gonna drive into the back of Kenzie. Too skilled for that, though.
Adam is all over the back of Simon now.
Oh, God, that was quick, wasn't it?
But Simon Trendle's not an easy driver to pass.
No, he's not. Definitely not. Nikolai is now the rolling roadblock for Kenzie. Well, that's how he'll see it, anyway.
Jamie Wilson is now dead last by a long way.
Hmm? Oh, very sorry.
Have we missed the slow-mo?
We missed this.
Ah, so this is the same, yeah.
Ah,
It's the same incident where I see Vincent taking evasive action.
yeah, that must have been ever so slightly out of my camera view. That's annoying.
I think everything so far tonight has been slightly out of your camera view.
I've not been that bad.
Pete, you're doing well. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm the best cameraman in the room. No offence, Chris.
Damage on the left-hand side of Kenzie's car.
Not sure what caused this, but a bit extracurricular from Ant Woodward. Is it going to give me it? There we go. He's driven in hot and got some tyres off, hasn't he? Somewhere. Same place as Tony? Same place as Tony.
Holds it well.
He did, actually, yeah. It's easy to go all the way round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at these three here. I bet there's some choice words for Nikolai from these two. Nikolai's doing a great job of being a really safe and good defensive driver here, isn't he?
Yeah, especially on a replay.
I don't know what you're on about.
Oh! Not anymore.
Oh dear.
That was Kenzie and Nikolai.
Yes. And Vincent. So, let's see this. I'll do one of these, I think. So, dive to the inside. Oh, it was Kenzie. He got a bit of a wobble on.
Yeah.
And then Vincent decided to remove his bonnet on Kenzie's car.
Yeah,
And then
Vincent
Ivan
was
does...
Wrong place, wrong time, wasn't he?
Yeah. So Vincent's got more cooling on his car now. It's not helping him though, because he's just been overtaken by Ant.
That turn one curb really kicks cars out to the right. I think the net code is a bit magnified there.
I think we're going to see Vincent come to pit road here.
Yeah.
So you'll now see the ridiculousness of Winton's pit road. Did you do the official last night, Chris, or not?
No, I haven't done any races around here. Just some practice laps.
Ah, okay.
A lot of fun to lap, but it's very tricky. You overdrive any corner, it punishes the tires big time.
Right. So that shuffles Vincent to the back of the queue.
Yeah, and I think that is probably too early to just stop the once.
Yeah, he was very slow on the straights. He had no choice. I think it smashed his radiator, but he'll get a free repair now, won't he?
He certainly will. Simon Trendlen and Adam Wright are starting to close in on Bob Woodhouse. JB done. Yeah, there's a corner there somewhere.
Yeah, you see a lot of people doing that on this track, on that particular turn. TCRs and GT4s were doing it a lot when we visited here.
I'll tell you something, Kenzie is ragging that car at the moment.
It looks like Simon and Adam are pulling in about a second on Tony in the last few laps. But they're going to have to pass Bob to make a charge for the lead or look for an early pit.
Yeah, these two are lapping very similar times.
Moment, isn't he?
Sorry, Clyde.
It's just I think Tony's maybe just doing a bit of tyre management, a bit of fuel management. He's got a couple of seconds to his tail gunner. You may see him put the hammer down again if Simon and or Adam manage to get past Bob Woodhouse.
If I was Simon or Adam, I would try and get on the back of Bob, not fight him, and pit early. That'll probably be around lap 14, 15 maybe.
Well, Kenzie's in. Lap 9.
That's very early, isn't it?
Well,
what was Chris saying before? He was saying it on the chat, actually, weren't you, Chris? I'd pit at lap 10 if I was starting at the back.
Yep.
What's the logic behind that, then?
Well, if difficult to pass, that if you have the pace and you're responsible with your tires, clean air, you can come out, not pass people on the track, pass them in the pits, and then not overuse your tires. You're kind of just lapping and racing your own race. So then if they've done practice and you know that your tires can last by going 50 minutes, I think it's a pretty safe strategy.
Right, okay. Makes sense.
Kenzie's shown that he's definitely improved on his tire management. He does well in the enduros. He did amazing at Montreal. He kept his tires. I was waiting for his tires to fall off, but it looked like he solved the tire wear issue. And he's shown that at Bathurst too, that he could fuel save quite a bit. So I think it's a safe, smart call. I'd be curious to see where he comes out, but you can also see that Vincent, even with his dramas, the undercut is definitely working because he's right there with Kenzie too.
This is true, yeah. 2 seconds is that gap at the moment.
So you could see Vincent could play a bit of a spoiler in this one, because if he can't make it to the end, he might be right in the hunt kind of with the leaders, but he'll have to make that extra pit. So he may not let people by if he does have to make that pit. So
yeah,
it could be a bit of a cork in the bottle there at the end with the used tires.
Yeah, very true.
Simon Trendle can see both of his targets in front of him.
Yep, very clearly as well.
Adam Wright has dropped off the back of Simon.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of... Simon's the bubble in the spirit level, isn't he? He's making his way forward and everybody else is maintaining position. And gap, I mean. And for some reason, Simon suddenly lit the wick. He's decided that now is the time to go chasing. A few gaps appearing further out in the field. Just so you know where Kenzie and Vincent are, they are literally that far apart. I'll go back to Simon and Bob now.
Yeah, not holding each other up yet.
Yeah. Right, this could be a good opportunity for Simon now. Getting the toe. Is the toe very strong round here, Chris, or don't you know because you were on your own when you were doing your testing?
I was in one session with the AI racers, so I didn't really notice anything. I found that with my set anyway, I was struggling behind another car. So,
okay.
Within 1 second behind another car, I found it actually a bit detrimental, and I was using a bit more tires.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So they're lifting downforce off the front of your car, making your tyres scrub themselves more, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, okay.
And we've just seen that from Simon Trendle.
Yeah, did you see the smoke coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on it now, though, isn't he? Look at that. I tell you what, he's been more... his car's behaviour has been a lot more aggressive in this race than I've seen for a long time. Look at that. Sideways leaving that turn.
I wonder if Adam Wright has gone into a fuel and tyre preservation mode.
It could be. He might be trying to hit a number, eh?
Be a smart move though. If he's slowly gaining on Bob, he might just anticipate that rather than pushing his tires too much, he could save a bit more fuel and still slowly catch up to Simon and Bob, and then possibly undercut Simon when they do go into the pit. So I'd be curious to see where Simon comes out compared to Kenzie in that. So that undercut could be huge.
Oh, it's an NQR corner, that one, Clyde.
Oh, it certainly is, isn't it? Yeah, that's 3 of them that have been around there.
Yeah. Oh, lots of wheel spin. Oh, he's going to be a victim now, surely. No, Simon left him alone.
Yeah, I don't think Simon got the drive that he wanted to either.
Oh, no. And a bag full of wheel spin there from Simon as well.
And while we've got you on, Chris, congratulations on your second championship on the trot.
Thank you very much. I definitely didn't expect it with my PC dramas to be able to repeat, but it survived and had some awesome racing this season, so really, really enjoyed it.
Are you getting a new PC, are you?
Later this year, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be AMD or Intel. We'll see.
Right.
Does Mary know? She does now.
She has an idea that she knows it's coming. The old PC is gonna go to the family room for the kids, and as long as it continues to work, I don't know how much life it has left in it, but it does have quite a few gremlins that I do not know what they are or what's causing them. So hopefully it does last for them, and it's not under as much demand as VR and iRacing put the computer at. So.
And looking forward to next season. There's drivers like Simon Trendle, Adam Wright that we're looking at the moment. We know Kenzie Newhoff is quick. As we say that, Adam Wright disappears into the pit lane. Do you see yourself being able to three-peat, or do you think the competition's going to be too stiff?
I think the competition's going to be too stiff. I'm unfortunately able to do a complete season next season, so maybe you can help me twist my wife's arm, who's asked me to be more available with the family. So maybe during an upcoming WAG interview with a little somebody, maybe you could put some pressure there, but I've given her the okay. She wants to do more family stuff, so I'll be arriving when I can and racing when I can, but I most likely won't be here every race weekend, unfortunately. So I was a bit disappointed, but at the same point, I've been so blessed that she's given me all the time that she has to let me pursue this passion as well. So I'll definitely be back full time in the future, but this next season is going to be a bit of a break.
I'm sure we can work some magic, Pete.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Right, so we see Adam Wright dive off into the pit lane.
We did, and he came out a long way ahead of Kenzie.
Yes.
Sorry.
Still wasn't halfway, though.
Simon. Yeah, so look at Adam's lead over Kenzie. Hold straight.
Yeah, and obviously Adam will have better boots on now. That's Ant Woodward in the pits as well. Tony Kloosterman, Bob Woodhouse both stayed out.
Adam Wright's pulled a blinder here. Absolute blinder. That's where Adam is. And Simon, who he was following, is back here.
Yeah.
With Kenzie.
Yeah, that looks a bit too big of a gap to me.
I agree. I am wondering what's going on there, unless Adam was saving a huge amount of fuel.
So Adam's pit time, his pit lane time was, his stationary time, let's do that, was 12.8 seconds. Simon's was 19.98. Discuss.
Okay, so number one, did Adam take 4 tyres?
He definitely did.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? You know.
There's no way you can save 8 seconds of fuel in 17 laps. Has he has he undercut himself on fuel and he's going to save some during the rest of the race?
He could. I've been able to save about 5 or 6 seconds, and that's really pushing a fuel save. We did see Adam kind of fall off a bit, so maybe he did find a huge fuel save, or he possibly thinks the race is going to go maybe 1 lap less plus a big fuel save, so he could be in trouble at the end, or less likely is that Simon, Kenzie, and everyone else took too much. So I do think maybe Adam is playing with fire a bit, but it'll be interesting to see if he makes it to the end.
Yeah, well, we'll certainly find out in about 35 minutes' time.
Did you just
Adam
witness?
Wright comes to a standstill.
Yeah, did you witness Ant Woodward overtaking Vincent, and then he's just pulling away? I think Vincent's got serious car issues.
Well, no, Ant Woodward has just pitted, so he's on fresh tyres.
You think that's all that is?
Vincent pitted 11 laps ago.
Yeah, it looked a bit. Look at the gap he's pulled away.
I honestly, I would have done exactly. Vincent didn't fight that. He pretty much pulled over. He's not in the same race as Ant.
Right. Okay.
That for me anyway.
Now, Vincent came in at lap 7, which you guys thought was too early. So maybe he is just playing a super huge fuel save.
Could be, yeah.
And he's not racing, like you said, he's not racing yet. So he's letting him go and he's sticking to a fuel number.
Right.
Yeah. And trying to make it to the end without having a splash and dash.
Yeah. Adam Wright had previously just posted the fastest lap of the race at a 1:20.14. However, Simon Trendle has just done a 1:19.87 fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, there's still nearly 7 seconds between them two, though.
It's massive, isn't it? Adam's the most furthest forward of the pitters, if that makes any sense to anybody.
Absolutely not.
Excellent.
So Tony's running 121.2.
Yep.
Bob 121.7. We'll see what.
That pace from Tony has pretty been the same right from the start. Every time I look up, it's a 120.9, a 121.2.
Bit metronomic is what you're saying, isn't it?
To
a number.
He's doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Now, Simon, I think, was within about 3 seconds of Tony. So if Tony stays out there, 19.9 from Simon again. So there's about just over a second a lap difference. So I'm guessing in one more lap, Simon will cut Tony. So I'm guessing, unless Tony comes in right now, I think the best bet for Tony would be run out for another 5-6 laps and have even tires, and then possibly make a good push at the end.
Well, we'll find out. I'm just going to nip off and get an apple juice, guys. I'll be back very shortly.
Sure thing. As Bob Woodhouse enters pit road. So, from second place, and tail gunner to Tony Kloosterman. Where do you see Bob coming out after staying out how many more laps? He's on. This is lap 20. So he's gone 5 laps more than Simon, 6 laps more than Adam. Do you think that there's fat in this one?
I think he's going to come out between Simon and Kenzie, and it could be closer to Kenzie, is my estimate.
Okay. That's also Nikolai entering pit road there. That is Simon hooning it down the straight there. And Bob Woodhouse is just in front. Just in front.
So that is very good news for Tony. That's huge.
Yes, because that means he will be out in front of Bob, in theory, as long as he pits shortly. Nikolai is just leaving pit road now. Marginally, it'll be, once turn 1 and 2 are done, ahead of Jamie Wilson.
How was Bob's pit time compared to Kenzie's, Simon's?
Bob was stationary for 12.55. Simon was stationary for 19.98.
Okay, so that means Bob and Adam took on roughly the same fuel. So
Yes.
maybe everyone else just overfilled.
Maybe, yeah, absolutely possible. Let's see. We've only got 2 racers not pitted. One is Ivan Batmans, who's about to get overhauled by Adam anyway, and then Tony is the last man not to pit. So, is there an overcut possibility here? Because that's what we're looking at, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, well, we know Tony uses a lot of fuel. So does he have something close to a 12-second pit stop, stationary time? I think that's going to be what to watch for. But if Bob can hold up Simon, and even if, because I think Bob was a couple seconds off Tony. So if Tony is around the 14 seconds or less in the pit, he should be coming out in the lead with fresh tires.
Right, so I'm looking at the times at the minute, and Adam Wright is 31 seconds behind Tony as Tony goes again. Wow. And everybody's average pit lane time seems to be around the 38-second mark, which would mean that Adam will be in the lead by 8 full seconds if Tony does a similar length stop to everybody else, or an average stop to everybody else. That seems bizarre.
He's got about, if you look at the difference between Adam and Bob, there's about 5 seconds. So Adam, theoretically, if Tony pits the same amount of time as Bob, 12 and a bit seconds, 13 seconds, he should be first place by 3 seconds over Tony.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting to watch. But he may be really short on fuel, or he could be spot on. So it'll be very interesting to see where what Tony's stationary time is compared to Bob and Adam.
Yeah,
Tony's going to have the fresh boots, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Very much so, yeah. I mean, he's been very strong in the race so far. When you look back, he's doing similar lap times to Adam by now, 2 tenths slower. There's not a great deal in that. Ooh, he's kind of he's sideways into pit lane there. That was brilliant. So, let's go back to, I know I've been on blimp mode quite a lot, but it's worth seeing where Adam is in relation to Tony. So is he going into the penultimate corner there? He is, yeah. And then last corner. Tony still stationary at the minute.
Yeah, you'll see there's Adam going to go past now.
Yep. Bob not far behind. Simon not far behind. Ivan's also in the pits for his first and hopefully only stop. Kenzie goes through. Surely Tony's going to move now. Well, Tony's been in for ages. Oh, it must be. Oh, no way. You got to be kidding.
It's certainly something, because Ivan's in and out.
Way ahead of him. I mean, that was
to be a pit lane penalty.
He was in his stationary box for 52 seconds. I'm going to say that that's a 40-second penalty. Is that speeding?
Could be. I pit's unsafe entry, so I'm curious how he went over the line there. You know, when he lost it in that last corner a bit, was that
maybe
there, or
like a dangerous pit lane entry? You mean? Right? Okay.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, well, that's just. I feel annoyed because I feel robbed of a decent race because Tony was doing brilliantly.
Agreed.
Well, I feel even more robbed because Tony Kloosterman has been sat on 99 podium finishes for a while.
Ugh.
And I thought we was going to have our first driver to reach 100 podiums. However, if 7 cars in front of him run out of fuel...
Yep. Could happen. Sadly, he is now second off last. And I never, ever hoped I would say that. That's just So sad.
Well,
I'm
this
gutted
isn't
for him.
over.
Yeah.
This isn't over because I'm not convinced Adam Wright has got enough fuel.
I think he is marginal based on when he pitted and how much he took on.
I think marginal is generous. Let's see what happens with that gap. It's about 5 seconds at the moment.
I'm going to leave you on this battle for a second. I'll be back shortly.
Well, Simon's going to be kicking himself in the backside if he took on an extra 7 seconds of fuel.
Yeah.
That's quite the handicap to come back from. So.
And I'm not. Simon's, I don't know, he's a planner. He's a bit meticulous. There's no way he would have took on that much, too much. Surely not. So top 2 times fairly even. What have we got? So we're just over halfway. We've got about 26 minutes left to run. So if Adam is short on fuel, he's not going to be needing to do anything too drastic now. Maybe try and run to a number to the end. Hope these two battle for a bit. Maybe give him a bit more of a lead.
Well, Bob took on the same amount of fuel as Adam, so I think if Bob is running to a fuel number and he's keeping Simon behind him, it's looking really good for Adam.
Yeah, I think Simon's looking fighty to me.
Yeah, he's going to want to make a move, get his car in the mirrors and make a small mistake, see if he can push a brake marker a few meters, because it makes a huge difference here. But if you can get them to miss a brake marker 1 corner, you can look for the pass 2 corners later here.
Whoa! That was nearly curtains for Simon then. Well held. Kenzie not really making any inroads at the moment. Tony's about a second off Ivan.
Right. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I think we should, if Tony comes in for an interview, we'll let Chris interview him because he's going to be angry.
Yeah. Maybe he won't like throw any punches to a fellow Canadian. I can wind Tony up pretty good, so.
Yeah, what, just by talking?
Yeah, pretty much. Right, so the shortest pit stop so far has been Vincent Skilbert, but that's because he pitted on lap 6. After that, it's Kenzie, who pitted on lap 8 and took on 10.8 seconds worth of fuel. I don't know that Kenzie and Vincent... Well, Vincent's definitely got a pit again, right?
Well, I don't know.
What?
Vincent's lap times are very, very even.
Are you saying that he's absolutely on a mega fuel save?
He could be. He may, because of the pit lane here, he may have decided that a fuel save is a quicker... Whoa!
Whoa, Ivan! So this way, mate. Left a bit.
Is a quicker way round this track than pitting again.
Yeah.
But
Well, it will be, won't it?
About that, Pete.
Sorry?
We know how good fuel saving is compared with making extra pit stops.
No, we don't, Clyde, because we got lapped like 20 times. And I remember saying to you, Clyde, when are we getting any of these laps back? And you were like, for a good number of laps of Daytona, you were like, yeah, it'll come back eventually. It'll come back eventually. And we got no laps back, Clyde. None, not one. Fuel saving like mad. Nothing came back. Anyway.
Simon is pushing those tires. He's falling about a second and a bit off of Bob there. So maybe he was just staying too close, pushing too hard, and
Yeah,
he's going to have to ease up a bit if he wants to get some life back into those Pirellis there.
Well, we know Simon can get to the end.
This
He
is
can
true.
probably do about another 23 laps afterwards,
Yeah.
going on his time compared with everybody else's. But
Does he carry the rest of the fuel forward to wherever we're at next?
just waiting to see Vincent's lap time. Yes, he's still on a 22.5. He's definitely on a fuel saver.
He's lost about 10 seconds to Ant, so I'm guessing it looks like it's about 30 seconds in the pits. So anything, less than 30 seconds, he's better off fuel saving. So I think that's what he's doing.
Bob Woodhouse a bit out of shape.
Yeah, it's a rare mistake from Bob in this race. For anybody not watching Le Mans, it's now getting to my favourite time where the sun's going down and the lights are coming on.
Mm-hmm. And for anybody watching who watched Le Mans when we went there with V8s, Ivan's headlights do work. It's just that they didn't at Le Mans.
That will always be in the history of V8ESC, that moment.
It was brilliant though, wasn't it? We're busy trying to figure out if there's a car there or not. Right, Simon's turned up the wick again now.
Yeah, the gap between Bob and Adam is sort of stable. It's going anywhere between 4.5 and 5.5 seconds.
It's visible though, as in they can see their target.
And that's always a psychological thing, isn't it, Chris? If you can see what you're chasing, it gives you that little bit more of an incentive.
That is definitely true.
Oh, we've got a waker.
My daughter is awake, so I'm going to have to go, gentlemen.
No problem.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on there.
Yeah, thanks,
And we'll
Chris.
catch you guys later. Yes, hello, baby girl. Yeah, okay. All right, thanks, guys.
Cheers. Is he talking to Mary then?
You never know, do you, with him?
No.
He could have been looking in a mirror.
Yeah. So, Simon's definitely got the tractor beams out on Bob Woodhouse now.
Well, Simon knows that he's got to get past Bob to have any chance of getting to Adam.
Yeah.
If Adam's short on fuel, which he may or may not be, Simon's best bet is get past Bob and bang some quick lap times in.
Mm-hmm.
Try and stop Adam running to a fuel number.
Yeah. So, if you were to take 40 seconds off Tony Kloosterman's time at the minute, that would put him in first place, wouldn't it?
It would, yes.
Yeah. So
I think Tony is the
that's
quickest car on track at the moment.
Yes, he is. No, he's not. Adam is. Tony's got the fastest time overall, but Adam was a little bit faster on the last lap by like 0.006 of a second or something. And as I say that, Adam's posted a slower time because that's called commentator's curse, Clyde.
Yeah, I'm just watching Simon and wondering how many times can he lose the back end of that car and save it?
Yeah. He's on borrowed time, isn't he, there? You've got to admit. Sorry, I saw that Ant was close to someone on track, and it's JB who's a lap down from him. So we'll head back to Simon. He's hanging it out again, every corner.
Surely that ends in tears at some point.
You would think, wouldn't you? But, like we were saying at the start, he's one of those annoying people that's really good in every car now.
Yeah. But the V8 bites.
It does. It's an unforgiving monster, isn't it? That gap that Adam's got has been static.
Yeah, it's the biggest at 5.8 seconds that I've seen so far.
Yeah. And Simon's now reacting to that, I think. Again. I don't know whether he had to cool his tyres for a while.
Yeah, and it's gone out to 6.1 now, but I don't think Bob is doing anything defensive. We haven't seen them side by side.
No.
Adam's lap times are right up there, so perhaps he has got enough fuel.
I think he does. He's done 12.8 second stationary time, and Bob Woodhouse, who we're watching here, who pitted 5 laps later, was stopped for 12.55, so only 0.3 of a second.
So it's looking more likely that Simon Trendle just overfueled.
I think so, yeah. So, a run through our top 5, Clyde?
Yeah, so leading the way by almost 6 seconds is Adam Wright. Bob Woodhouse in second, just ahead of Simon Trendle, who's putting him under increasing pressure. Into fourth is Kenzie Newhoff. Now he's 9 seconds behind Simon Trendle, and also 3 seconds ahead of Ant Woodward in fifth.
That 9 seconds is massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive.
Yeah, but don't forget, Kenzie pitted early, didn't he?
Yeah, very, yeah. Lap 8.
Yeah, lap 8, lap 9, somewhere around there, wasn't it? Now we thought the earliest pit stop would have been 10.
So I wonder if he was marginal on fuel, but his lap times aren't saying that. His lap time last time out, Kenzie's I mean, was the fastest of all cars.
Yeah, I must admit I haven't been watching Kenzie's lap time, so maybe he's done the saving he needs to do, and now he's free to go for it.
Yeah, possible. Very possible.
Now, you've been watching this battle for a while, and Simon just can't get into a position where he can even get a nose up the inside at the moment.
No, Bob races very clean lines, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's a cracking drive from Bob Woodhouse at the moment.
It doesn't look like Bob's desperate either. When I'm sure when you put the cameras on me on a V8 and there's anybody within 10 seconds of me, I'm just flying it all over the place, to be honest, trying to overdrive the car, which is a problem. But Bob seems to be driving within his limits, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Ooh! That was a classic.
That certainly isn't helping Simon.
No, it's not. Oh dear. And again. Not so much, but it was still there. Look how much he's dropped back as well. He's lost 3/10 through burning rubber.
Well, we're inside the last 15 minutes. Gap at the front, 6.2 seconds. Simon Trendle sat there going, come on, Bob, make a mistake.
Yeah.
Just one.
At least do what all your other teammates have done and go wide on that corner.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, hello.
Where are you going?
Hello.
No, don't hit
I'll
the
go
wall.
over here.
Don't
This
hit the
way,
wall.
This way. This way.
Oh,
Good save.
what a place to go though! Off on the entrance to a hairpin. That's like
Yeah.
the worst place to go off. And look at
Okay,
that.
so yeah, Kenzie's now interested in that. So that gap is now 8 seconds.
What?
Let's see what pace Simon Trendle has got. Let's see if he can close that back up.
That's unbelievable. He was off track for 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to take him a lap or so to get his tyres cooled down.
I don't know. I think the grass did that for him. Oh, maybe not.
But this, this little chase now will tell us whether Bob was a bit of a cork that Simon couldn't pop.
Yeah.
Kenzie's like, hello, where did he come from?
No, yeah. He's gonna have a proper sniff now, though, isn't he? He's gonna turn it up, I think. His last lap was a 1:21.9. I'm talking about Kenzie on your screen right now. Let's see what he can do this next lap, because the guy behind him, Ant Woodward, was 0.3 faster than him last lap. Although that won't help.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that mistake from Simon, for me, provided he has got enough fuel, has gifted the race to Adam Wright. I don't think Bob Woodhouse has got anything for him. I think the only challenge would have been Simon getting past Bob and then chasing Adam down.
Yeah, agree.
But with 6.5 seconds, Adam Wright just needs to drive smart.
These two are getting together now.
Yeah, again, I can't see Vincent fighting too hard. He's still running his... pretty much guess his lap will be somewhere around a 22.5.
His last lap was a 1:21.8, which, yeah, you're right, it's nearly the 1:22s, isn't it? But then Ant Woodward ahead of him did a 1:22. We did see that it was a bit out of shape doing that 1:22, but you know.
Yeah, Simon not making any impression on that gap to Bob at the moment.
In fact, positions 2, 3 and 4 did almost identical lap times.
No. No, then. Oh, no, he has. Sorry.
This is the closest battle we've got. This is for 6th place. And even this isn't a shabby position to be fighting for. This is good points.
Yeah, Tony Kloosterman is about 7 seconds behind this battle with under 9 minutes to go. So let's see what sort of lap times. Tony's about 6/10 quicker on that lap.
Yeah, he's suddenly decided to start racing.
Yeah, I don't think he's got enough time to get to this battle unless they get side by side and slow each other down.
Yeah, I think Vincent decided I'm going to race a bit quicker now. Although their last lap times were identical, these two. Both doing a 1:21.8.
Nikolai, another driver, signed up to GTCC in the GT3s. What's Ivan done?
It's that penultimate turn again.
Yeah.
It's one of those places that I was saying before, catches people out.
Do you know what I think it is? And I could be totally wrong, but obviously I've read all 3 volumes of Pete Bingham's iRacing Excuses.
Yeah.
When you come up to that penultimate turn, you can see pit entry, and I'm wondering if it makes that turn look more open than it actually is and invites you to carry more speed.
Alright, let's have a look then. So I'll put it on the roll bar here for Vincent. He's about 3 turns away, which is kind of half a lap on this track at least. Nikolai is right behind him.
Because you can, obviously you'll see the pit lane on the left hand side, and does that make the track look not wider but the turn more open than it actually is?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. So let's have a look. I've raced the track and I can't remember. So this is the turn before it. I don't know why he's taken that line, but never mind. Is there a car next to him? There was, yeah. So let's have a look. This is the corner now, Clyde.
Yeah. Just there.
Right, yeah, I suppose. Makes you think you've got more room than you've got to play. Ooh, why is Nikolai so far behind? Oh, he actually passed him, believe it or not.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's have a look at this. Ooh, wow. Oh, and that's why he was so far away, locked up.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with what we were talking about before. That's just a over enthusiastic attempt to overtake around the outside, I think. So that split those two up. Let's go back live.
So let's look at these gaps now, shall we?
This is still the closest battle, funnily enough.
So yeah, still over 6 seconds for the leader, just under 8 seconds. Bob Woodhouse over Simon Trendle, so not a great deal moving there. Under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Kenzie Newhoff isn't making any inroads into Simon either, is he? I know he's on very, very old tyres now. And it doesn't look like he needs to pit again. He's just made the fuel work for him.
Yeah, final round of this season is on July the 9th.
Where are we at?
That is an endurance 2-hour race from Laguna Seca.
Oh wow, right, okay, I know Tony likes that track, doesn't he?
I'm not entirely convinced Tony likes any track at the moment.
Yeah. He's not had the best of the run of it, has he, tonight?
No, and he will be kicking himself, especially with that one, as you do when it's your own mistake. You know, if somebody drives into you or smashes you off the road, at least you've got an excuse.
And somebody to be angry with that's not you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll probably be, you know, jump out of the rig, kick the cat.
Yeah.
Shouldn't really say kick the cat, just in case the other Stace is watching. I'll have the Cats Protection League on my doorstep in the morning.
And me.
I keep forgetting you've got cats.
Yeah. I'm putting them into a cat hotel while you lot are here.
Oh, that's good. I don't particularly like cats. I wouldn't hurt cats.
It's all right. They don't like you.
Well, no, that's exactly opposite. Cats know that I don't like them, so
They sense
they're
it.
attracted to me.
It's only like dogs. Dogs, they just know, don't they? When there's somebody there that doesn't like dogs, they bark more at them and snap at them and avoid them, or whatever the characteristic of the dog is. And does Dave bother with anybody?
No, he's too old.
He's too old. How old is Dave?
12.
Oh, right, yeah. So he's pushing the envelope, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, cats, I find, wherever I go somewhere and they've got a cat, the cat will always jump on my lap and sink its claws into my testicles.
Yeah, that's a sign of affection.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the best you're going to get, anyway.
Well, yeah, it's weird, though, because immediately afterwards, the cat gets this ability to fly.
And hence my cat's going into cat hotel. Anyway, this gap's come right down very quickly, actually. Nikolai has absolutely eaten into the gap that he gave to Vincent.
Yeah, that was a free gap, wasn't it, after
It was,
the mistake?
yeah. It's a good camera angle, isn't it? You can see all the turns from miles back.
Yeah, shame you didn't find this one an hour ago.
Yeah. Anybody'd think I was a cameraman. Oh. It's funny, isn't it? There's a lot of different lines, and multiple cars take different ones. So it's not like people are making mistakes. That's just the lines that they take, and there's many different ones.
Yeah, they are. I've never driven the track, but they look like inviting corners that,
Yeah.
like you say, you can try the late sweep, you can try the turn in early. Yeah, fascinating little track, really.
It is. It's great. White flag man is waving his flag, Clyde.
He certainly is. Barney's on the case.
There he is. Look at that. Giving it some. Where's our boy? Here he is.
Good to see from a health and safety perspective that Barney has got his ear defenders on.
Penultimate turn coming up, Clyde.
Yeah, it's been a great drive, hasn't it, from Adam? I would have liked to have seen that battle between him and Tony, but it wasn't to be, and another great win by Adam Bray. I say another great win. Has he won before?
I don't know. You need to check your stats.
No, hang on. He's definitely had podiums.
Oh, Bob Woodhouse over the line in second. Simon Trendle home in third. Kenzie sideways out the last corner, home in fourth. Bit of a flashy lighty. The only time you should ever use your lights. Well done, Ant. And then some way back now. I don't know how many seconds this is now because the timing's all gone. About 18. Tony Kloosterman, home in sixth. Nikolai right behind him, seventh. For some reason, we've got Vincent entering pit road.
He could be out of fuel, mate.
Why would you do that on last lap?
Because his pit stall might be past the... I don't know.
I think he's being punished.
Oh,
Oh, he is. He's being punished.
Point. Was that a...
Too many incidents?
Was that a drive of shame? Yes, it
Was it really? Oh,
yes,
dear.
It was.
Shouldn't be so funny, but it is. Sorry.
It wouldn't be the same without at least one drive of shame, would it?
No.
Let's be fair. Well, that, again, that's why I love the feature races. Tactically, we never have any idea what's going on.
No.
But yeah, had Adam Wright underfueled his car? No, in the end it looked
Apparently
like
not.
Simon Trendle overfueled his car. But a great drive from Adam, assisted by Tony. Like I say, I think we was probably robbed of that battle. They was going to come out fairly close together. Probably Tony within about 3 seconds of Adam, but on fresh tyres. So, unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't. Very sad. Excuse me.
No, I need to try and get rid of whatever I've got on here. And somehow get back to the chat, which I'm not going to be able to do. Oh yeah, I did. God, I'm good. I am so much better than I think I am. Right, so let's wait for this session to click over and then bring you your official result. And then we'll see if anybody wants to come in and talk to us.
There you go. It's just gone official.
There we go. We're there. So, your winner tonight and a cracking drive there. Adam Wright, BSTV Esports Green. Another fantastic finish for Bob Woodhouse with a brilliant drive, NQR Europe. In third place, Simon Trendle tried absolutely everything to get past Bob Woodhouse, Team Chimera. Kenzie Newhoff come home fourth for Racing Forces, and Woodward in fifth for NQR Europe. Tony Kloosterman, after his pit infringement, in sixth for NQR North America, and Nikolai Bogotyrev in seventh for NQR Europe. Jamie Wilson come home eighth for Team Chimera. Ivan Bowman's in ninth for Track Velocity Racing. Vincent Skilbeck, after his drive of shame, came home 10th for Wheelie Bin's Mayhem Republic. And 11th was JB Dejoux for LMT Racing. So, we normally bring him in last.
Well, I was going to say, do you want to watch Kenzie's ridiculous start?
Go on then. We'll do that before we drag Vincent in. That'd be very good to see it from on board from Kenzie.
On board, right, okay, here we go. Just one sec, let me find on board again. That one. There we go, here we go. It starts right from the start, by the way, so let's count these off.
Maybe remove the result.
Oh, sorry. There's 1, 2. He's done 2. I think that's 3. There goes 4, because he's going to go around the outside here. No, he's not. That's not 4 yet. Now, all the cars in front of him get together somewhere around the next 2 turns. Here we go. 4.
Time to thread the needle.
I think it was around here, wasn't it?
Yeah, there. Oh no, was that it? No, that wasn't it.
Maybe that was all of them. So 4 positions on the first lap. Oop.
There you go. So it can be done. Right, let's get these interviews underway, and let's bring in our sprint race winner, Vincent Skilbeck. Welcome to the booth.
Oh, hi.
No, he's awake straight away tonight, not after a win. Let's talk about the sprint race first. Fantastic win for yourself. Second win in the series. How did you pull that one off?
Somehow managed not to kill anyone, so that's an improvement on my first win. Yeah, I've done a few laps the past couple of weeks, just trying to figure my braking markers out and stuff. I kind of knew the Chimera boys would be pretty bad off the line, which came true.
Yeah, that's a given, that is.
I bogged down off the start thinking Simon would keep going and get the jump on me, but I fully got the jump on him, and then from that point on it was just kind of maintaining that gap and trying to save my tyres as much as possible in case they come back at me at the end, which they ended up doing, which was fun.
Yeah, I think I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everything locked up then. So yeah, you know, a cracking win in the first race, and then, I was sort of in my head. I thought, do you know what? Me and Pete spoke about it. Australian guy, Australian track. Pete made up some wonderful games that are only available in Australia and nobody else has ever heard of, which meant you've done millions of simulated laps around here.
That could happen.
And we sort of thought, do you know what? All right, you might be starting at the back, but things could happen here. And then it all went wrong at the start.
Yeah, going in, I knew that I just had to keep out of the wrecks and stuff on the first lap, and then straight off the start line, I think it was Jamie that didn't move off the line, so I had to follow whoever was in front of me around the outside, and I got 4x from Jamie onto the dirt. That kind of put me back. Then I ran into the back of Ant, got another 4x off that. And then I had another 4x from somewhere on the first lap, so I had 9x off the first lap. Then that crash at turn 1 put me to 13x. So I was just running around then, fuel saving as much as I could, make it all the way to the end. And then the incident with Nikolai just kind of finished it off and gave me points enough to give me the penalty at the end.
Yeah, we did see the drive of shame there at the end. Obviously because of that early accident, you ended up pitting, I think, on lap 7, something like that. Was that always going to be a fuel saver after that, or was there any point where you could push it?
From that point, I had to fuel save. I think when I first came out of the pits and pressed my fuel button, it was saying I had to fuel save 10 litres.
Wow.
And then when I think it might have been 10 minutes, or maybe even 15 minutes from the end of the race, I saved enough to run full rich the whole last 15 minutes. So
wow, that's a hell of a lot of fuel saving, mate.
Yeah, I think down at one point I got down to 2.06 litres a lap after running at 2.45 in the first race. So I was almost saving half a litre a lap just to get it home. So at least I know I can do it, but it's very slow.
Yeah, most definitely. Right, mate. Well, is there any shout-outs you want to give? I know there is, because you always do. Before we let you go.
Everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps us running and putting sessions up every week. All the boys in this league for the really good racing, which I really, really enjoyed tonight, except for the second race. And yeah, Simability for sponsoring this season.
Excellent.
And you guys for the broadcast.
Yeah, never forget us, mate. Never forget us. Well, congratulations, I'd say, on your sprint race win. Second win in the series. If you watch the broadcast back, you will hear that I expect many more wins from you if your luck changes. Yeah, we'll see you next time out at Laguna Seca. Vincent Skilbeck.
Catch you guys in the next one.
God, nothing is working tonight. Right, okay. Pete, let's bring in Adam Wright for you, shall we?
All right, then.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you doing? Adam Wright?
Yeah, there you go. There's the introduction. Thanks.
So you stopped getting yourself shot on Hell Let Loose then and decided to do a V8 race?
And got shot in the first corner.
And got shot in the first corner, yeah. So, tell us about your first race.
It was fun. There's nothing that could be done, I don't think, between me and Simon in turn one. It's always going to get tight there, and I knew I had to go for it because he was quick, so I thought if there's an opportunity to get by, you got to go for it. And yeah, I think we gave each other enough room. Just got unlucky, really, with the way the collision kind of works in iRacing sometimes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And then a recovery drive that you did really well with, to be fair, as we watch you go 3 wide on the replay with Kenzie and Ivan. But yeah, second race you shuffled yourself very quickly to the front, or towards the front rather, and then Tony Klusterman kind of gifted you the longest pit stop he's ever done in his life, and you inherited the lead from him.
Yeah, I mean, I lost a couple on the start at first, but I thought I've got to be patient. My plan was survive and then pit as soon as I can. But yeah, I made a couple of moves, and yeah, I didn't have to pit as early as I possibly could. I'd done I think 4 or 5 laps more. But I knew, looking at the times, I knew the pit stop time. I think I'd have come out like, I don't know, 3-4 seconds in front of Tony, I think. But then I realised he just disappeared, so that was a gift because obviously he would have had fresh tyres and yeah. But I think to be fair, you can hold people off around this track. You can be a second a lap quicker, and you can't get by someone. Yeah,
we saw that in the GT4 TCRs, didn't we? It's a tough old track to effect to pass on at the best of times. But yeah, you must have had a blast around Winton tonight. It's a totally different racing experience, isn't it?
It is. It is. When you do make a move, it's really satisfying as well. Because you have to work for it. So, yeah. It's been good fun. I'm not sure I'll be jumping for joy when we come back, if I'm honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's...
Is it as satisfying as having a poo like a picnic bar?
Yeah, I think I'd say it's right up there. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or right down there, depending on your perspective, really, isn't it?
Do you not do it handstanding? I do.
Oh, do you? Oh, well, that's where I'm getting it wrong then. So, yeah, very successful night, really. I don't know where that puts you in the championship. I know you're vying for the lead and all that.
No, I think that will cement Adam's second place at the moment and give him not an insurmountable lead for second place, but certainly a very decent advantage, and he will only need a half decent result at Laguna Seca to finish runner-up.
Yeah, it looks like you do need to turn up to Laguna then.
Yeah. Hopefully it means I can, because I think as long as Chris turns up at Laguna, we're in the head-to-head together. So if it means I can go in and try and attack that and try and beat Chris, I've got to try at least.
Yeah.
But it's an Enduro and it's Laguna Seca, and I hate Laguna.
Yeah, it's not one of my favourites, to be fair.
There's a good chance I will end up flying at the corkscrew, and that'll be it.
Yeah, end of endurance race. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate with some simulated champagne, or just get shot at Marie Saint-Dumont?
Oh, as long as I can watch Wobbly get shot, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys and everyone who turned up. I know there's people who couldn't turn up because they got other commitments, but shame on you. And yeah, I think that's Simability for sponsoring the league, of course, as well.
Awesome stuff. In that case, congratulations on your race win this evening, and brilliant, entertaining driving, Adam Wright.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up, let's bring in Bob Woodhouse just because he was in mid-sentence.
Second time running.
we know everything what's going on. So, Bob, I think you'll agree, sprint race, not really much to shout home about.
Yeah, that went as expected, to be fair.
Yeah, and then... where did you start? So you started third in the feature race, and with all due respect, with these reverse top tens, we do seem to normally see the top four drop backwards down, down the standings. But you was like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to have this second place, and none shall pass.
Yeah. Well, a quick setup change between races. Anthony dropped me his setup, adjusted the brake bias, and then just went for it. And that's pretty much it. I was at the back end of the first race, I started to find a bit of a groove round there, and running into the second race, it's like halfway through the first stint, I realised that my pace was, well, even though it didn't feel great, it was, there or thereabouts.
Well, it certainly was, mate. Your fastest lap was less than 4/10 off of the ultimate fastest lap in that race.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how Simon didn't get by. He should have, definitely got by me. I just stuck to my lines. I said to Tony, was it in the first stint? I said I'll try and hold these guys off as long as I can, but I'll just stick to my lines and then come away with second place.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It didn't look like you was. Well, it didn't look like you was defending. I was going to say overly defending, but it didn't look like you was defending at all. It looked like you was just, no, this is my line. I'm staying on my line. If you want to get past me, you're going to have to go somewhere different. Yeah.
It's like I didn't want to defend. I knew those guys were quicker, but at the end of the day, I'm just not going to give it to them. Especially with myself and Simon, I think with the drop round, we went into this race meeting tonight 7 points apart for 5th place in the championship. So, I know he was quicker. Any other weekend, I'd have probably let him by, but I needed to sort of like try and pull something back on him if I wanted to have anything to fight for at Laguna for the final round.
Well, yeah. In that case, it's certainly going to be on for that final round. How have you enjoyed this season? Has it been? It's still a learning curve, or do you think you're getting somewhere now? Your results look like they're getting somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I believe Nürburgring was pretty much the peak of my performance. I felt that sort of like I was improving, got to Nürburgring, and then I felt like I've plateaued or dropped a bit, and everyone else has just come on so strong.
Yeah, it does. I know that feeling, mate, believe me. But, sometimes that's a good thing. It lets you reevaluate, change a couple of things, try some new things, and then all of a sudden you're going forwards again, and everything's in the world is wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I came into this season, I think from last season my best result was a 6th place or a couple of 6th places. So I went in with the mindset of I want a couple of top 5s this season, and I think I've had 3 podiums. So
I'm now going to have a look at that, to be honest.
So I've exceeded my goals for the season. Quite happy with how it's gone.
Yeah, I think you had 3 podiums up to tonight, so that's number 4.
Okay.
So it's been a fantastic season for you, and hopefully the improvements continue next season.
Yeah. I mean, even if I finish 6th in the championship, it's still no easy task to get that high up.
No, definitely not. It's there's a lot of talent in this field, so you can be proud wherever you finish. Anyway, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, all the guys in NQR, especially Chris, who couldn't make it. He'd done a couple of little coaching sessions this week. I think we're getting somewhere. So big shout out to him, and all the NQR guys, everyone else in the league that's turning up and racing each week. You guys for the broadcast. Yeah. Big
Excellent.
shout out to everyone.
Well, congratulations on that fantastic 2nd place, and hopefully we'll see you next time out at Laguna Seca.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. All the best.
Thank you very much, Bob Woodhouse. Okay, Pete, let's bring in a collector of a 5th place and a 3rd place tonight, Ant Woodward.
Evening.
Evening, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Didn't expect either of those.
Yeah.
Nor did we.
No one's more surprised than us. That was pretty professional racing, to be honest. We saw you locking horns, especially in the first race, right up at the pointy end, and then maintained yourself a podium. In the second race, you shot past about 4 cars right off the start line, hung it round the outside. We're watching it now, actually, on the broadcast. And then slotted yourself in, I don't know where it was, probably about 5th, and I think you stayed there for the whole race. Pit stop wise, you did pretty standard. We saw some other people having some issues. Winton's done well for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was. First race was good, and then second race I threw it off the road twice as well. So I had the 5th, and I was catching Kenzie at one point at the end as well. So that's really encouraging. To have thrown it off the road, it probably cost myself 10 seconds all in, and then to still be near Kenzie at the end, really good, really encouraging.
Yeah, it was a good drive. We saw you catching cars on raw pace, which is. I mean, that must be very reassuring for you to know you've got that kind of pace on a track that the V8s haven't been to in at least in V8ESC. I'm sure they have in officials. Very professional performance from you tonight.
Yeah, but really surprised. It was rubbish all week, no pace all week. I'd set when Winton first came out, I'd done laps and decided I really didn't like it.
Oh.
I was doing 18s though. And I've not been able to touch that since.
Right.
I've had this optimal of 18 up all week, and just driving around thinking I'm really slow because I'm not hitting 18s.
Mm-hmm.
But whether it was a super cool session or something, real surprise to have pace. It's not like me.
Yeah, because you were dicing with Simon and Kenzie and Tony well, you weren't with Tony, but you were vying for position for him, even if you're on different bits of the track. And that must be very reassuring as well, because they're super fast guys, right?
Yeah, it's always nice. It was a small field, but it's full of quality. So, 5th is 5th. I'm really chuffed. And 3rd, out of this world. I wanted to do donuts, but the session ended before I started doing them. It's devastated.
That's funny. Oh dear. Denied the donuts. Where did you say we're at? Laguna Seca is the endurance race that finishes the season. I'm not the biggest lover of Laguna. I've done far too many laps there, and it kind of bores me. What's your, opinion of that track?
Bit grim, really, isn't it? Bit dusty, loads of places to make an error and stuff. But I don't know. Let's see. I wasn't going into this. I mean, Bob, he got a second. He was Mr. Doom and Gloom. Bob was before
Right.
he started racing today. So that was good to see him get a second because he had nothing down for today, and he started. So I don't know. I mean, what I will say about today is I don't know if you did much in-car stuff, but I've never heard the V8 so quiet. Through most of that midsection, you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
You're not even touching the throttle. You're just coasting through. And really different track, Winton. Very interesting to have raced on a track like that. It's been watching it forever on the telly.
Yeah.
You get on it in the sim and you think, how the hell, do these big things race around here? And you realise most of the lap is off throttle.
Yeah. We did do an onboard. We did a couple of onboards actually as we went round. And you're right, through that twisty section where there's like 300 hairpin turns, you just kind of glance nonchalantly at the gas pedal. But there's some really, enticing straights is the best way to put it. You want to get on the gas as soon as you can, get in the tow and do something with the car. And then you realise everybody else is doing the same thing, so it kind of neutralises whatever you had. But it's been a very exciting V8 race, it has to be said.
Yeah, it's good. I didn't have much down for it like Bob, but that was real fun, and it brought strategy into it as well, which is I always like that side of it. So, yeah, good stuff.
Good effort. And anybody you want to have a shout out to or thank before we let you go?
The usual: Stacey, Jack, and Evie, Simability team sponsors and league sponsors, and yourselves for the broadcast. Can't wait to watch it.
Awesome stuff. In that case, thank you very much for tonight's racing and Woodward.
Cheers, boys.
Just before I flush you, Anne, can you just remind Stacey that I am still awaiting dirt?
Oh, I've thought of a couple of stories she could have told you.
Only a couple.
I'm sure we'll get them eventually.
Yeah, you will. She's keen to tell them.
Excellent. Okay, cheers, Anne.
Cheers, boys.
Right, that's the end of the interviews, Pete. For me, a couple of fascinating races tonight. You know me, I'm not a lover of the sprint races. It's a bit too all or nothing. But the feature race certainly threw up a lot of different tactics. So we was probably robbed of the battle between Adam with track position and Tony with fresher tyres, but that wasn't to be. But as we said at the start, you don't need a massive grid to provide some super racing.
No, and I don't think anybody told them that it was a feature race because they were treating it like a sprint race right from the get-go. Kenzie's drive through the field pretty much from the back was just impressive. You can see it on the screen at the minute. Threading the needle there into the twisty bits. And we saw some absolutely brilliant overtakes. We also saw some really, really mature, not just defensive driving from people like Bob Woodhouse and Ant, but, cautious but still strong offensive driving from the likes of Simon. And Adam and Kenzie and Vincent in the first race. And, that sort of thing you just don't turn up and drive, do you? There's a lot of practice goes into things like that. A lot of experience in this car because it's not easy, well, it's impossible to arrive and drive into. I've really enjoyed visiting Winton in the V8. It looked more fun for these guys than it did for the guys in the TCRs when we were there earlier in our TCR GT4 season. I'd like to have a go at this, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
No, okay.
Well, let's hope the viewers join us for the final round, which is an enduro race, as we said, on July the 9th. So, as we said earlier, coming up in the next 7 days. Well, actually, the next 8 days. Let's get it right. Wednesday, we are back in GT4 TCR action with our 9th season of this fantastic series. Season kicks off with a driver's choice track, which is Twin Ring Motegi East. That's going to be what word am I looking for? Interesting, I think we shall say. And then next Sunday, the 19th, we and Pete are back with the 3rd instalment of the Poopcast, where we will be talking about all of our BSTV leagues. We will have our feature Garage 101, and we will have a new iRacing wag for you, who we will try and drag some dirt out of her other half. So some good things coming up next week. But it's time for us to close this broadcast. Big thanks to the drivers, as usual, for putting on the show. Big thanks to everybody that joins in on the chat. And special thanks to Chris Jackson, who, although he couldn't race with us tonight, he did manage to find some time to come and join us in the booth. Big thanks to Simability for sponsoring the series. Absolutely brilliant sponsor, do some brilliant work, and if you haven't seen, grab a look at their Facebook page. They've got some new stuff coming out. Big thanks for Pete for jumping in and doing the cameras. It's always different to when Sam does it, but I think that that gives it a bit of charm anyway. And yeah, that's it from us. So I shall say good night, let Pete say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.
Yeah, night, everybody. Thanks to Simability for sponsoring us. I suppose thanks to Clyde. And yes, I am the best cameraman in the world. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time out, wherever we are. Thank you.